Hello guys, this is Shar. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for returning. This is a brief recap of special points, or not special, but just scenes that stood out to me in last night's episode of 11 Married Huntsville. And to me, my title is La 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 La. The girls are fighting. I feel like the newbies are clawing, like like the claws are out for the new girls. I feel Tiffany, she's not necessarily new. However, I feel like this is a newfound attitude for her. Like she's a little bit more, she's always had like a swift tongue, but she's a little bit more sassy, and I feel like she's speaking up more and being a little bit more, combative. She wasn't really combative before. Like if somebody called her out on something, she kind of just like twitch her nose up and shut the hell up. She's kind of like going back and forth with her sister now. So in that regard, I feel like she's new. This is a new Tiffany. And of course, Stormy's new. And of course, Kiki's new. And so they're trying hard to stay on this show, pulling out the stops with the content. Kiki said she didn't tell us on that live last week that she was going to be coming for the girls. Like she was ready to get in Tiffany, pregnant or not. Like she was ready to get Tiffany straight. Okay, she was, and she did nicely. I mean, of course, she ain't gonna be all up in the woman's face, and of course, not gonna lay hands on her, of course, because she is pregnant. However, she did not back down with telling her to stay in your place, mind your business. You don't know about this family dynamic between Tisha and I. You just don't know. It seems bold, but you don't know what all she done did and said to me, okay? Or what her husband has did and said about me that she knew about, or whatever the case may be. However, speaking of Miss Kiki Cakes, Kiki, I think it's some stuff you ain't told us, okay? Because, Tisha is definitely a complainer. Tisha is definitely a victim all the time, right? Tisha never owns up to her ish, right? However, since the show has been coming on, I believed Tisha in this episode. Like, especially when she was talking to Kiki, when they resumed back at the end of the scene from them being at the little gym with the fight or whatever. I feel like um, Kiki has kind of just been holding a grudge for a long time based on what happened. And she spit it out of her mouth during the episode that she was pissed at Tisha for what she considered abandoning her, and basically leaving her alone, not kind of getting with her, talking to her at a certain point. She was helping her and being an advocate for her, but when basically I took it as when Kiki just started really going over the edge and really, really being addicted and kind of just wasn't making the best choices or saying the nicest stuff. I mean, when you kind of are on stuff, you're not yourself. So she might have been a bee or rude, evil, conniving, distrustful, you know what I mean? All those things. So Tisha was kind of like, oh, I got to bag away. I do got a family. I got kids. I got to bag away. She kind of out of control, and I can't let her mess up my mess. You know what I mean? I have kids or whatever. Not to say that Kiki doesn't, because she does, but I kind of get her. You can't be like besties with an addict. It just doesn't work that way. So I feel like Kiki was holding that against her and just constantly bringing up what she did or anything that she may have said or did to her after they've officially apologized to each other, supposedly let it go. I do feel like Kiki was constantly bringing it up, because I do feel like for a change, for maybe like the first time since the show's inception, I kind of believed Tisha, believe it or not. You guys, let me know. I mean, don't kill me. Don't go off too bad in the comments, but let me know if you kind of believed Tisha when it kind of Tisha was kind of explaining like, girl, we have gone through this so many times and you keep bringing it up and it's like this and that. You know what I mean? Like, let me know if you agree. If you don't, that's fine. We can, have difference of opinion. That's not a problem. But anyway, moving on. Is it me or do you guys feel like this whole spa day, girls day, it's drawn up from what Mel has already done. First of all, Mel did the little pajama jammy jam last season when the girls came over to her house with the black PJs on, right? With everybody's name on the PJs. Okay. They got red robes with their names on it. Okay. And when Mel called, when Kimmy and Tisha was at the coffee shop, first of all, why did Kimmy automatically put Mel on speaker when she know that Tisha and Mel are beefed out? According to the last time they were together, which was the reunion, they were beefed out. Tisha said the woman had a black heart. So why, when she calls, Mel does, why would you automatically put her call on speaker when you know you're sitting with Tisha? Dumb. I didn't get that, Kimmy. I didn't get that. I just did not get that. But anyway, because she put her on speaker, obviously Tisha knew that she was talking to Mel, right? Mel had already said, can you get massages? Can you get massages? Would that be okay? Can you get a massage? Kimmy said, yeah, I think that's fine. I can get a massage. I don't think that's a problem. So, boom. They're going to make a date at a later time for massages. However, I feel like Tisha took that idea right out the sky after Mel said it and planted it in her head and was like, okay, you know what? At this spa, we're going to get massages too or whatever. But, I mean, it is a spa, so obviously that's on the menu as things that you can get. So, I guess it went without saying that, the girls could get a massage if they want. But I don't know. It's seeming to me that she kind of like took this like idea from Mel from last year. Okay, but anyway. The girls came, the girls showed up. Mel was a little fashionably late. Which was no problem. Tisha greeted her. They had their little, pleasantries right when she came in. That was cool. Everyone's being adult, not to mention Carlos King had already forewarned us early in one of his YouTube videos about the show that he had to go down there and change the narrative with the group. Like, hey, y'all got to be friends or pretend to be friends. We got to change this up a bit, right? So, but even though he said that, it doesn't mean that Tisha actually had to invite her to something. It could have been something else going on where she was in her presence and when she did see her, just was cordial with her or whatever. But, she actually decided to invite Mel, and she did, and Mel came. Okay, great. So all the girls are there. Kiki comes. They all sit around talking, having a moment. Tisha tells them what's up, what you can get, where to go. Here's the robes. Everybody eventually puts the robe on. They immediately go to the night of Mel's pajama jam. I forget who brought it up. You can put in the comments who did, but Kiki went in because Kiki had unfinished business. I completely forgot that Stormy actually threw Tisha under the bus with trying to deflect about what all was being said about Marceau and the cheating rumors and allegations. Trying to deflect and brought up some stuff that was going on, allegedly going on with Maurice. And Kimmy didn't even tell Tisha about that at all. And it makes sense because she would have had to mention the part about Stormy saying, trying to deflect about some stuff that was allegedly going on with my husband. And she didn't want to even bring that up. Okay? She did not want to bring that up. So it makes sense. So when Kimmy asked Tisha, "Didn't I tell you about basically? Didn't I tell you and mention to you what Stormy said?" And Tisha was like, "No, you know, she didn't want to completely throw her under the bus and say no, right? So, which is growth, I think, for Tisha, because she could have been like, no, but she didn't, right? So she was just like, I don't remember. I'm sorry. She remembers. She know that girl didn't tell her nothing about what Stormy said. However, you did say that Kiki had a lot to say, and Kiki did not. She did have a lot to say, but so did Stormy, right? So did Stormy. It was just that what Stormy was saying included your husband and some allegations, and you ain't even want to see that. You ain't even want to hear that. But yeah. So I mean, Kiki had a very good point, and she was here for it. And she said, "I'm sorry, I'm hyped, but we gonna get into this tonight." You know. And Kimmy was like, "No, no, we all gonna stay calm." I don't know exactly what Kiki said, but basically she was like, "We gonna get into this and we gonna talk this through." You know what I mean? Even though I do apologize for being a little hype, um, or not keeping the peace or something like that. She said, and Kimmy was like, "No, no, no. Well, I mean, we are gonna continue to keep the peace. Yeah, we are gonna keep the peace, but I'm also gonna call you out. I'm also gonna let you know what's up and what you did, what I didn't like." All the while, Tiffany was basically saying that she didn't like how Kiki kind of threw Tisha under the bus. That's your family. Like, family comes first, I guess, and basically in her eyes, no matter what the drama is, family comes first, and you don't throw her under the bus, right? You kind of just brush over it or whatever, whatever. Because her mindset is, if you'll do it to family, you will do it to me. And that's probably true. But you need to stay out of it. Like, you seriously should stay out of it, not really commenting on it too much, and just be like, you know what, I ain't gonna say too much because it's a family thing. Because technically, again, you don't know what all the dynamics are between the two of them. You know, this thing seems like from Love, not Love, but from Married to Medicine, Quad and Mariah, how you don't know who to believe. Like, they constantly just lie on each other and throw each other under the bus so much to the point, and never really truly have receipts on the majority of the stuff that they say about each other. It makes it like you don't really know who to believe, and that's how it is with Kiki and Tisha. I feel like, they have so much history. They're first cousins. You kind of don't know who to believe, or who totally started the ish back in the day, or whatever. Who keeps it going or whatever. However, like I said, that episode, last night's episode, to me was telling that it does seem like Kiki can't completely and totally bury the hatchet, right? And it may be because of her chemical dependency issues that she had, that she looks like she's great and fine now. But it may be a little bit of guilt where she kind of keeps unburying that hatchet, you know what I mean? To appease herself. And that's just my opinion. I don't know for sure, but we just don't know who to completely believe between the two of them, and we may not ever know. It is a family thing. And again, I think Kiki was right in telling her, Tiffany, to kind of stay out of it, because you kind of don't know the history, not enough. I really thought that Kiki was going to hit her with something about her ex-husband that killed himself or whatever. Like, I don't like that, the fact that you cheated on your husband and, later on he killed himself or what. I thought she was going to say something like that, but I really did, but she didn't. So that was good. That was good. And is it me, or I kind of forgot Stormy was even there for a hot minute. I did. Because Stormy didn't really know. I don't know if she didn't know what to say, but she wasn't really saying much. She only had something to say, obviously, when someone brought her name up, which was Kiki. Because Kiki mentioned what all she was saying about Tisha, and the fact that it was some type of deflection to bring up Kimmy and Maurice. So she came in like, girl, yeah, what's up? What's up? You know, who brought up my name? Tell me about Stormy. You know, but Stormy, you need to really sit down put Chase down, or Chess, put Chess down, sit down with Carlos or your mom. You know what? Better yet, sit down with your mama. And she can really help you with some strategic storylines because you need it. Because again, I pretty much forgot for a minute, for maybe 5 minutes, that she was even at the little spa day thing. You know, they kept panning over to her because she kept making crazy expressions, but she don't really know what to say in these moments. You better get coy. You better open up a page from Tiffany's book and get a little coy, you know, get a little sass appeal or something. Sass appeal. I don't mean get ghetto and jump up and try to fight people. I just mean like you need to get a swift tongue to be filling in the silent time in certain in certain scenes, just so it just won't seem like we're not really getting anything from you. Because unless it's me, I felt like we really didn't get much from Stormy, in my opinion. You guys drop down in the comments and tell me what you think. But again, I don't feel like we got much from Stormy. But better yet, if you gonna be jumping up saying what's up with that and what's up though and all this, keep it. Keep it, seriously. Keep it. But yeah, you better do something fast, because you might find yourself not here next season. And then when Stormy and Tiffany and Mel was in the little quiet room or whatever, you know, Tiffany, which she's very good at coy and bringing up foul ish that shouldn't even be brought up. She brought up what was going on with Kiki and the girls out there. Well, really, what was going on with Kiki and Tisha, and Mel kind of shut it down with her Zen moment. You know, it's so peaceful and quiet and beautiful. I'm taking that in. You know, Tiffany was like, "Well, is this a deflection?" And Mel was kind of like, "No, this is not a deflection. It's just an honest answer." So, and again, nothing from Stormy. Kind of just like a crazy expression, you know, like do 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 do. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like she didn't know what to say. And it's like, girl, you need to jump in and say something, because Carlos King may have to have a talk with you, in that, like he did with Tisha, saying, you better give me something, girl. Like, you better do something. Right? So, yeah, you guys tell me what you think. I really think the girls' spa day was just really the highlight of the episode, in my opinion. Nothing else really was important to me. I don't really care about Scout. Um, I mean, Marcel did have a sit down with his father. For Is it me, or did I just felt like the father was not the father of Maurice? I don't know why. Do you guys feel that way? I haven't heard that he's not, but I know that Marcel posted that scene when he was sitting down in black with his dad. He posted that on his social media, and Maurice liked it. Like, he liked the picture. However, he didn't give a comment like, "Oh, Dad," or "Y'all sitting down together," or something kind of like making reference that that was his father too. He didn't do anything like that. He just kind of liked the picture. So let me know if you guys know, do they have the same dads or not? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious. It doesn't matter one way or the other. I was just curious. I just felt like Marcel's dad was not Maurice's dad for some reason. I don't know why I felt that way, but I did. Anyway, yeah, so I don't really care to even bring up what's going on with Scope. I mean, Marcel is doing something shady again toward his wife, just kicked her out the company in terms of the day-to-day operations and didn't tell her and hire somebody. I mean, it's typical Marcel. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to cut it here. I hate to just break it all off, but I don't want the video to be long. I feel like I've been rambling. So please like, comment, tell me what you think. Do you think the vets are going to let the newbies scramble.